So I know we are in this stock or Sofi stock for many reasons. We are going to see some wild swings because of the Russia and Ukraine situation, and in this chaos, it's hard to keep our eyes on the long term. I remember a few folks saying in the comments in my previous videos that Sofi is going to keep going down and this will be a penny stock soon. Now I really would like to see the analysis for that. I need to know on what basis they are making that claim, because from what I have seen, this stock is going to perform really well in the coming years, and these are some amazing times where I see the stock is in deep value. So in this video, we'll continue the earnings theme, and this will be the third and the final video in the series. So if you have not watched my previous videos, I'll link them towards the end of this video. And as a reminder, we'll be doing a live stream on Sofi earnings, so make sure you set a reminder and also subscribe if you're new. I'll pin a comment for the earnings live stream video under this video. Now in this video, I'll share some data on the options to show you where the money is flowing. And I will also share the sector update to kind of see where the fintech is going from here. So on your screen, I'm going to now share some of the pictures right here. Yep. Okay. So over here, this is the options volume right here, as you can see. And this is call, put, total, and then open interest is right here. So pay attention to this. Yesterday, the total call volume was about 168,000 calls that were traded hands yesterday. And the put volume was about 66,333, total 234. Open interest for call was 1.13 million and the put was 547,000. So you can see no matter what metric you take the volume, you take the open interest, and you can see that calls are double the put. That means people are getting a little bit more bullish on Sofi before the earnings than they were just a few days ago. Because a few days ago when I saw this was actually equal. When we had that big market down or big red day that we had in the market, this was kind of similar. The range or the numbers were kind of similar. Now, if you look at 1 day average, it's 199,000. So 5-day average, 182, 10-day average, 179. But pay attention to this. 1 day average, as you can see, put was a lot higher a day before or 2 days before as compared to yesterday. So people were getting, when they saw the stock market move, when they saw the stock market turn into green, and then Russia and Ukraine are sitting down for talks. We'll actually talk about that in just 1 second. People got really bullish and saying that, you know what, stock market is ready to fly now and it's coming out of those red days or red weeks, I should say, or months. Okay, now I'm going to show you some of the options contract that traded hands. The most popular, this is 2 days ago, this is not yesterday, this is the day before. The most popular contract that day was right here. Where's the right here? Okay, so as you can see, 18th March, $15 call had the most open interest, but the volume was 7,000. But if you go by the volume that we had for March, 10.5 or $10.5 call that had about 11,929 as the volume for this particular contract. Pay attention to this. In all this range, there are only 3 puts that I see over here. A $10 put for Sofi 4th March, a $9 put, and a $9 put for 18th March and 4th March, where we had some open interest right here. Not that much, and the volume was also not that much as compared to call right here. Now, this was 2 days ago. Most of these contracts, I should say, were really good yesterday, because yesterday the Sofi stock just was flying, and I'm pretty sure everybody who traded or got into these contracts really made some money and really banked some money, because a lot of these contracts probably doubled or tripled in value just in 1 day, because the way Sofi almost gained like 8%. Now pay attention to yesterday. Yesterday, this is what the options were traded. Now, pay attention. We had 20 January 2023, somebody sold a put, and look at this, 13,582. This was a very bullish sign. It's a put, but it's a bullish, because they're saying by January 2023, the stock is going to be higher than $25. Or they're hedging their position. That means that they right now have a Sofi stock where the value of the stock was higher, and they're basically buying this put to hedge that, you know what, they should be able to sell whatever the number of contracts that they executed for $25. And I'm pretty sure they paid a pretty penny for that contract. This is huge money right here, $14.25. Now pay attention to this. If you see the most popular call in terms of volume, it was $13 call for March 22nd or 4th March, which is this particular Friday. Then after that, if you see, I see a little bit more puts as compared to the day before. We had about 3 puts over here, and now in this one we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 puts over here. Because if you see here, 20 January, $25 put right here, and then we have 20, hold on 1 second, and then we have over here 20 January 2023, $25 call. So right here is a very interesting play before the earnings. Now, Pay attention to this. The most open interest contract was still right here, the 18th March $15 call right here with 52,000 open interest and about 4,545 for the volume. The same thing over here where we had that 55,000 open interest on the 18th March $15 call right here. So definitely some of the calls that got executed 2 days before, they really banked and they really printed yesterday because the Sofi stock just went on tear like the market. Now I'm going to bring your attention to this. This is a sheet, or this is a chart that I have shared in the past with you guys. If you look at my previous videos, I was talking about the industries and how the money is flowing out and how the money is flowing in. There is a shift that's happening in the fintech industry, and that shift is very exciting. Now, this is only ETFs, so we really can't say the whole sector is going to go, but ETF is where they have a combination of different companies. So pay attention to this. Since I would say, as far as you can go back, actually, fintech, I'm going back to like May of 2021, and then there was only one net positive month, which was June of 2021. Since then, the people or folks have been taking out money from the fintech sector. So July, August, September, October, November, December, January, we had huge outflows of money from the fintech ETFs. This month right here is the first month where we had a positive ETF, which is February of 2022. We had about $140 million that came into the ETF funds that belong to fintech. So on top, ARK-F Fintech ETF right here. So you can say ARK-F 74.7 right here, as compared to they have been losing money since I would say June. June was the only net positive month they had. After that, they have been losing money and people have been withdrawing. This is the first month where kind of people put the money into the ARK-F ETF. And then we have Global X Fintech ETF where they had some positive flow. See, Global X Fintech ETF was interesting because in August, September, October, they had positives right here. And then since January of 2022, they were negative, and now they're back to positive where people are basically depositing money. So this is a very good shift for fintech industry. Now, I know that this doesn't show us or tell us anything in terms of the whole market. We can see some of our favorite stocks still continue to lose money because of the market conditions and market momentum, but you can see that people are now getting excited and getting back into the ETF or into the fintech space a little bit slowly, one step at a time. So this was exciting news for me to see. Along with that, you can see some other, I would say, industries that are going to be changing hands over here. Look, cybersecurity. Cybersecurity also was in positive. Then in January, it kind of lost interest. And now you see, because of all what's going on in Russia and Ukraine, cybersecurity is actually gaining more traction. Palo Alto is one of the companies that I have my eyes on, which I feel is going to be a winner in this whole Russia-Ukraine and also in the coming months. I'll share more details on that, but this was an exciting thing to see. Look at electric car and battery. Electric car and battery right now is losing big time. After gaining the momentum all this time right now, people are basically taking money out. Let me enlarge it. Electric car and battery right here, and that's why we see all the Neos and the Lucids and the Teslas, they're losing money. QuantumScape, you name the battery company and they're losing money right now. But this is going to change in my opinion, because Russia and Ukraine have told us that sustainable energy is the way to go, because again, world cannot be dominated by one country or two countries when it comes to energy. So I think this is also going to flip in the next month or so, where we have that more calm market environment. We will see people bringing the money back into the sector. So if you noticed, investors are a lot more bullish on Sofi after we get out of this crazy market situation. Russia, Ukraine, and also the Feds, which in my opinion is another catalyst that we have to watch more than this war, because the CPI data is going to be bad. I think we might see higher number than January. I think I'm very positive that we are going to see higher number than January in CPI, and CPI will peak in February, and then we may see a downturn. Now, Russia and Ukraine has changed the dynamics of that. Before, all the analysts and everybody, all the reports were saying that we are going to see a downturn after February. But now with Russia, Ukraine, and energy prices or oil over $100 a barrel almost, that might have to wait a month or so. So again, the Fed will decide on the February numbers, but this Russia and Ukraine situation might have made Fed less hawkish, in my opinion. I mean, instead of 7 rate hikes, we might only see 5, which market has already priced in. So we may see a rally after the Fed meeting if we can resolve this Russia-Ukraine situation, which is highly unlikely. Some crazy times we are living in. I feel world has not been normal itself since March of 2020. Right when you were thinking that we are getting out of pandemic in like 2021 early, there was a new variant. Right excitement. We were thinking that we are getting out of that variant Delta and we have that under control. There comes Omicron, and which spreads even faster. And when we got that under control, then we have this inflation fear and now Russia-Ukraine. Crazy times. Anywho, now as a reminder, we'll start the live stream right after market close today at around 4 o'clock on March 1st to see the earnings and also how the stock is reacting. Thank you for joining me and hope you enjoyed this short but to the point update on Sofi. Pleasure to share this. Until next time, you all have a sparkling day.